Okay, right, March 8th, it's happening. We've got Francis Ngannou versus Anthony Joshua. This is genuinely the perfect fight boxing could have made at the moment. I made a video a few weeks ago about how boxing is dying and about how the heavyweight division has kind of been revived a wee bit by Francis Ngannou coming into the mix, and obviously no one expected him to do as good as he did against Fury. However, now he's fighting Anthony Joshua on March 8th. And it's such a perfect fight, essentially, because Anthony Joshua's been kind of coming back. He looked okay his last fight. His fights before that, he did not look impressive. But obviously, Anthony Joshua is a massive name in boxing. He's a bigger name than Tyson Fury. He's one of the biggest names in boxing at the moment, especially within the UK. He's got a very, very solid fan base of quite casual boxing fans that they promoted Anthony Joshua perfectly as England's golden boy, essentially, right, when he was coming up, okay? And now he's going against Francis Ngannou. Ngannou looked great against Fury. He was so patient. His composure was incredible. He knocked him down. If you're scoring that fight on effective punches, Ngannou beats Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury would hit him with 8, 9, 10 jabs around. Little jabs that would do no damage, do nothing. Then Fury would get caught with 2 massive punches and they would affect him, but then Fury would win the rounds. It was just a really weird fight. Boxing is that's how they score it, you know. It's a sweet science of landing punches. They don't necessarily have to be effective, but whatever, the boxer has to win, you know. It's kind of just one of those things. You can't have Ngannou coming in and disrupting the whole division, as he did. If that fight was for a belt, that would have been absolutely incredible. That extra few rounds in there, but, you know, because Ngannou had never had a professional boxing match, he wasn't ranked, they didn't allow it, which is just pathetic considering McGregor was able to do it. But it does not matter. I just want to say this. Perfect fight. Okay, let's talk a little bit about why it's so perfect. Essentially, Anthony Joshua is a good stylistic matchup for Ngannou. However, with Ngannou being a big, powerful, strong man, will the timid, scared AJ come out again? You know, we've seen the timid AJ a lot, and just because he had a good performance last time against Otto Wallin does not mean that guy is not there. I think this could be a very boring fight, okay? But however, what works in Anthony Joshua's favour, and this is, I think, what Eddie Hearn was kind of grinning at, now we've seen what Ngannou can do. Now we've seen what approach he's going to take. The Ngannou approach is essentially saying, okay, you're the boxer, come and box me, come and beat me. And that's what Tyson Fury tried to do, and he got caught in the process because Ngannou, he's a freak of nature. He's about 6'5", granite chin, massive, dense individual, huge legs, big calves. You're not going to be able to go out there and hit him really hard to where you're going to wobble him or hurt him, you know? And Anthony Joshua is going to go out there, and Anthony Joshua just needs to be slick. He needs to hit him often, hit him hard, try getting Ngannou's face swollen, try getting Ngannou on the back foot, which is what Tyson Fury couldn't do. And Ngannou just stood like this in front of him for round after round after round, and it was incredible to watch. It was one of those things that I was in awe of. I was like, this is such a close fight. It's a split decision for one of the other guy. And Tyson Fury was dropped by Francis Ngannou, and this is something that no one forgets. You're never going to forget that. And his first ever boxing match, and regardless of if you're an MMA guy, Ngannou shocked the world. He shocked me. I got ripped to pieces in the comments. However, I said that no one cares about the fight, and before the fight, no one cared about it. And if Tyson Fury had walked through Francis Ngannou, it would not have been a big deal. The fact that Ngannou did well, then everybody started caring about Ngannou. Then they started commenting on my video being like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Shut your mouth. I've got a really bad spot there, but you're all going to ignore it because I'm not sensitive like that. I don't care. And for boxing, it's good. It's good that boxing are getting these big fights again, you know? And it's good that Anthony Joshua is getting a big name. It's good that Anthony Joshua has the opportunity to go out there and beat Ngannou more decisively than Tyson Fury did. And then that's March 8th. And then by then, we would have found out who the better man is between Usyk and Fury. And then the winner of that fight maybe gets to fight Usyk. But if Fury beats if Fury beats Usyk and Ngannou beats Joshua, I want to see that rematch for the belts, because the fight was too close, and I think Fury would take it again, just generally by now knowing what type of a man Ngannou is and how capable Ngannou is. However, we have kind of seen what Ngannou has to offer, and I think the best chance Ngannou had of beating Fury was in their first fight, before we'd ever seen what Ngannou can do. But now we've kind of seen what approach he's going to come out with, and obviously Ngannou's will have been working on his boxing, absolutely. However, I don't want him to necessarily change the style. I don't want him to now start thinking, okay, I'm going to start dancing, start jabbing. I want to see Ngannou do what he does, juggernaut people, walk people down, land a big shot at a time. More of an MMA approach in terms of scoring, just damage. And we know Ngannou can drop and hurt people. And to drop and hurt, obviously one of the biggest guys in the division, and being Tyson Fury, regardless of how meh Fury has looked in his recent fights, Joshua is very able to be hurt. You know, Joshua's there to be hit a lot of the time. One thing you will have to watch out for Joshua is, though, he's got that very traditional boxing style, which will go hand in hand with Francis Ngannou, which makes it a more interesting fight, but it also could make it either a very good fight or a very timid, slow fight. And obviously both guys don't really like to blow their gas tanks early in the bouts. So I think this could be it for one special treat. March 8th, Saudi Arabia. I don't like these fights being in Saudi Arabia. Obviously, it's really cool, the fact that Saudi Arabia is paying all this money for big events to happen in there, growing their country, getting people to fly over. But the atmosphere in the arena while watching the Day of Reckoning. Also, can I just say, fair play to Anthony Joshua. He's been so active, and I think he knows he needs to be active, and that's when he's at his best. And with Ben Davidson, that's incredible. An active Anthony Joshua is a dangerous Joshua. And I just want to say this, guys. The crowd in the Saudi arenas is not great, but the amount of money the Saudis can pump into heavyweight boxing is great. You know, even if they're not making a profit, they're wanting that the sheikhs of Saudi Arabia and His Excellency are wanting big events in Saudi, for Saudi to be known for the big and baddest events. Hence why heavyweight boxing is being the forefront of Saudi Arabia recently, and I'm very, very excited to see what comes of it. It's a great fight, and I want to get your guys' opinions on the fight. I think it's phenomenal. I think it's an absolutely great matchup, and I'm really looking forward to it, actually, because I'm more excited for Anthony Joshua versus Francis Ngannou than I am Tyson Fury. And guys, you know I've slagged Anthony Joshua off so much in the past about not being as good as people think he is, which he's not. But the guy's staying active and he's winning, you know, and I always say this, if you're winning and you're staying active, that is phenomenal. But so when it comes to people like me saying he's not as good as people think he is, does not matter. They're active and they're winning regardless, and if they keep doing that, you can't judge them. And if they lose but it's a great fight, then fair play. But in terms of who I think is going to win, I mean, I'm going to have to go with, I don't know who's going to win. Anthony Joshua's looked better. Ngannou's had time to sit back. He's had his, you know, that confidence Ngannou will have now. The things that man has been through. An early prediction. Wow, I can't believe I'm going to say this. I'm going to say Ngannou. I think Ngannou shocks up boxing, and then he gets the rematch with Fury if Fury beats Usyk. Wow, I can't believe I've just come out with that. Anyway, comment what you guys think is going to happen. Thank you very much, folks. Really appreciate it, and hopefully we'll see you guys around here again. Subscribe, comment, like, and big things are coming. But just wow.